Ever get caught shoplifting by your own mom? I was 17, working part-time at this clothing store in the mall. The job was fine, easy money, but the employee discount sucked. 15%, barely worth it. Some regular customers with coupons got better deals. So, I came up with what me and my friends proudly called the Dylan discount. The scheme was simple. My buddies would roll in, pick out expensive stuff, hoodies, jackets, sneakers, and I'd scan something dirt cheap like clearance socks or a $5 tee. I'd bag the pricey stuff, trash the real tags, and they'd slip me cash after. Nothing ever got flagged because technically, something was always scanned. We thought we were geniuses. I ran that hustle for 2 months and made enough side cash to buy a PS5. Felt invincible. What I didn't know? My mom, Tanya, was the regional loss prevention officer for the entire chain, like top-tier LP. She worked across the city at the main office, and none of my co-workers had any clue we were related. I never told them, partly because it was weird, partly because I didn't want to risk getting my little operation exposed. One night she called, casual as ever, asking how work was going. I played it cool. Then she said, "There's been a rise in tag switch thefts at your store. I might need to swing by and do an audit." My blood turned to ice. I tried to act normal, said everything seemed fine, but inside I was already planning my exit strategy. I figured if I just laid low for a bit, she'd move on to another store. No big deal. That weekend I'm on shift, bored at the register, when I see this woman browsing near the clearance rack. Jeans, baseball cap, totally casual, but her walk, something about it felt too familiar. Then, she turned around. It was my mom. She didn't acknowledge me at all, just kept shopping like she didn't know me, grabbed a few basic items and brought them to my register. I was sweating so bad I could barely scan. My hands were shaking so hard I didn't even bag everything right. She paid, gave me the faintest smile, then walked out. Except she didn't leave the store. She stepped right over to the manager and started watching the security feed with him. Right there, 10 feet from my register. That's when I knew this was done. By Monday, it was a full investigation. She had everything, every single transaction, timestamp, receipt, the same 4 friends showing up weekly, buying one cheap thing, leaving with $200 worth of clothes. She matched serial numbers, ran footage, even used facial recognition to identify my crew, like full-on CSI level stuff. She called me into the back office. I thought maybe she'd just chew me out in private. Maybe we'd handle it quietly. Nope. She was sitting with the store manager and a corporate HR rep on speakerphone. My mom didn't pull punches. She laid it all out like I was just another case. Walked through the timeline, the strategy, the patterns. Then she looked me dead in the eyes and said, "If you weren't my son, you'd be in handcuffs right now." They fired me on the spot. Corporate made me pay back every cent. I had to sell my brand new PS5 just to cover the debt. But honestly, losing the job wasn't the worst part. The worst part was seeing my mom have to choose between being a parent and doing her job, and realizing she chose both the only way she knew how.